Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making coasters, geode coasters, and I would love to make light blues today. So I hope you like it. The problem is I have lots of different pigments. I'll show you. I have this dark blue. It's called iridescent blue. I've got this more jeans dark blue. It's called luster blue. Got gold blue and peacock green. This is somewhere between gold, blue and green. But the problem is I want to make light blue ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blue, just a tiny bit of this, and then mix with a lot of white, and I hope it will become light blue as I expected it. So I covered my table with plastic foil. I put a stick here because my mold has 5 coasters, but I only want to make 4 because most people buy them in 4 or in 6. So I know myself and I'm going to forget this once I start pouring, so I put a stick on it just to be sure. I've already mixed my resin with my hardener, so my ratio is 100/60, but I know most ratios are 100/50. I used about 100 grams of the resin and 60 grams of the hardener, so 160 in total to make 4 coasters. Now you can see it's foggy, and you have to mix it until it's clear. That mostly takes about 3 minutes. So when my arm gets sore, I know, okay, it's good, it's mixed enough. So my plan is to make light blue coasters, and then I want to do a gold leaf in the center. With these forms, these are very asymmetrical forms, and then I like to put a center in so your eye has somewhere to rest on. When I use round coasters, I mostly don't use a center because the round form is already symmetrical, so then I like to do an asymmetrical middle part. Okay, my arm is beginning to get sore. You can see it's a lot clearer now, just not enough, so I'm going to mix it a little bit more. Okay, that's about enough because I'm also going to stir in the cup with the blue. Now I'm going to take cups to divide the clear resin in. First cup, going to pour a little bit of the clear resin in it. Just stir it a little bit more just to be sure. Okay, this was about half my resin I put into this cup. I've already put in the pigment, so just a tiny bit of the blue and a lot of the white. And I'm going to see if I put in enough pigment, because I don't want the coasters to be transparent. Don't know if you can see it. It looks very princessy Disney blue. Like, it reminds me of the dress of Cinderella, but it's still a bit too transparent for me. So I'm going to put in a bit more of my white pigment. And mix it again. Make sure to mix the pigments and the resin very well, because you don't want that there is loose powder in your mixture. And you also don't want your resin to be clear or transparent. So make sure to mix well. Going to have a look. Okay, I'm going to try, and when it's still it's too transparent. Going to put in a little tiny bit of blue. Okay, you can see it's really a little bit. Put it in there. Okay, it was this blue pigment, and now mix again. Still too transparent. So I'm going to use alcohol ink, if I have it in white. Yes, I do, to make it less transparent. Okay, so this is my alcohol ink. 1, 2, 3 drops. Let's see what that gives. Okay, it's a lot lighter blue now. This is more of what I was hoping for. Maybe just one more drop, and then it will be perfect. Yes, it looks so pretty. I'm going to put my bag of alcohol ink away. So I have a clear table, clear working space. And now I'm going to start with the most fun part, the pouring. So I'm going to squeeze my cup and try to do the edges first because I want the gold leaf in the center. Yes, this is exactly the color I was going for. It's just perfect. Okay, thank you, alcohol ink. Okay, so maybe I'm going to need to make a little bit more. First, I'm going to cover all the edges. So these are already good here, just a little bit. What I do is I put my stick down to put the weight here, and then gravity moves everything to where you want it to go. Because resin tends to flow all to the center. Okay. Now I'm going to use a lot of my clear for the gold leaf. Okay, that's about enough. And with the rest of my clear, I'm going to make a little bit more of the light blue. What do you think of the color, guys? Do you like it? Are you a light blue person, or a more pink person, or dark colors, or just warm colors like brown or red? Let me know in the comments. So, a few drops of the white white ink, the white pinata ink. It would be pretty with just the white, but I don't know, I'm going to try it. Just put the white in, just a little tiny bit. I'm just doing the white pinata ink, and I didn't put any more blue pigment in it. Don't know if it will be pretty, but we'll see. That's the fun part about experimenting. You just have to be impulsive, and then wait for the result, and then you can learn for next time. Let's use the leftovers. Okay, and then I'm just gonna clean this because I don't like when my moths are covered in resin. So just a quick swift with a paper towel. Okay, and now I'm going to make the clear with the gold leaf. Going to use no stick. So my gold leaf are very big pieces, and at first I thought like, oh my god, way too big. Am I going to cut these with a scissor myself, or what am I going to do? So I just tried a little bit, just a little bit of clear resin with the gold leaf, and I started mixing it. And I was very lucky that it turned out well. It all shrunk when you stirred it. So I think that's enough. Going to try to put these back in. Okay. Yeah, of course it sticks to my glove. As you can see, all you can see is the gold leaf, but when I start mixing it, it will all shrink. So I'm going to show you when I'm done. So almost everything is mixed well with the clear resin. And now I'm going to start pouring. So squeeze your cup and then put it in the center. So I put in a little bit too much of the clear because it's spreading too much, more than I like. I wanted just a little center, especially this one. Yeah, I hope it's going to flow to the center again, like resin normally does. Okay, that's about it. And now, because I poured there, formed some air bubbles, I want to get them out. I see one piece of gold leaf here, I don't want it there. And I'm going to burst the air bubbles with my torch. So put the lock off. Make sure to only go over each coaster a few seconds because you don't want your molds to melt. So here we go. Okay, and now what I do first is do all the middle parts, and then I'm going to look closely to do all the edges, because especially when standing here I can't really see these edges like you can't really see these edges. So I'm going to take a closer look and try to burst all the bubbles, because it's not pretty when you have bubbles in your coasters. So when you have long hair, make sure to hold it so it doesn't come into your coasters. Okay, so I see that most of the gold leaf has sunk to the bottom. I've never had this before, even though I also pour immediately. I think it's because I use too much clear, so everything sunk and spread it. Normally it stays in the center, so I'm just going to take a little bit more gold leaf and just put it on there with my stick. Okay. So just like this and work it in there. Okay, I'm going to use the other side because this one has resin on it. Okay, and also work it in there without pushing it to the bottom. And then make sure it's level because you don't want the gold leaf to stick out. So when you put a glass on it, it's in balance. So now the gold leaf looks more brown, copperish kind of color. I think it's because it spread so much, and now it's a mix of the gold leaf with the white. I think that's the problem because it looks very foggy on top. Okay, and now also work it in. And make sure it's level. Or at least as level as it can be. It's starting to become a bit sticky. That's because it's drying. So it makes it more difficult to level the gold leaf out. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep playing with it until it has the results I wanted it to. I think it's also fun that not one single coaster looks exactly the same, so not even these four, because yeah, the resin spreads differently. One has a little bit more gold leaf or a little bit more white or blue than the other ones. The shapes are different, the movements goes different. Okay, so I think it's good for now. What I'm going to do now is go over it with the torch one more time because I moved a little bit in it, and then I'm going to let it rest for 24 hours, and then tomorrow I will be showing you the unmolding. So it's important to do this a few times, to burst the air bubbles a few times, because every time you touch it, new air bubbles are coming up, and also the air bubbles that are on the bottom, just after a while they rise up, so you can burst them. So that's easy for you. The resin does all the work for you, really. So just really quick. And now I'm going to look at the sides one more time. See a few air bubbles here and there. Okay, this one is good. So I'm done with the torching. I'm going to do it after about half an hour again, but I'm not going to film it because that will be boring. I really hoped you liked my video. It's a tip if you don't have light pigments like this light blue, or you want light pink, or I don't know which color you like, just mix it with a lot of white, or if you want your color darker, mix it with black, dark gray, navy blue to make it more darker. So yeah, I'm going to try to show you better. I don't know if you can see it better now. I'm going to post a picture later, and yeah, then I'll see you back tomorrow for the unmolding, the most fun parts. So thank you for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, time for the most fun part today, the unmolding of my light blue Cinderella coasters. So let's start with the first one. I'm going to show you this first. They are really, really light, and the gold leaf sunk a bit to the bottom. So I hope you will see it on the bottom side. Let's take a look. No, it's also spread on the bottom side. And I'm going to have to do a bit of sanding here. So this is the top side. And this is the bottom side. So it looks pretty much the same. To do the second one. So I'm also gonna have to do some sanding here. I see some rough edges. This is the top side. And this is the bottom side. So not much difference between the two sides. Third coaster. They are a bit stuck because I used my torch too much to burst all the air bubbles, and now it's melted a bit into my molds, unfortunately. So I hope I can fix this by sanding them. So again, the front side, they all look pretty much alike. There's not much difference between all these coasters. When I used more, now I used only the light blue and the white and then the gold leaf. But normally I use about 4 colors. Like a very dark blue, light blue, teal, turquoise and white. And then gold leaf. And then you get more dimension and you also have more difference in your coasters. But because I only used the light blue top side and bottom, there's not much difference between these coasters. So I'm going to show them all together. So these are the front sides and these are the bottom sides. I will show them again with the kitchen lights on. So the top side and the bottom side, I'll show them once more with the kitchen lights on now. Don't know if you can see it better with the natural light or the kitchen light, so I'm going to have a look later. The top side and the bottom side. And the last one also the top side and the bottom side. So that was it for this video. I hope you learned something and you like to watch my video. It will really help me out if you would like, share, comments or anything. And if you don't want to miss out on any videos, please subscribe to my channel. I will make a new video every Sunday, so if you subscribe you get a notification and you don't have to miss anything. Thank you again for watching and have a nice day.